Buy your dream waterfront property in the Southeast Houston Clear Lake areas without making an expensive mistake. Here are 9 blunders to avoid when buying waterfront property. So you're ready to buy your dream home on the water, but you don't want to overlook something that can end up costing you a lot of money down the road? Well, I understand. I'm Martha Bennett, the busy blonde. And that is the biggest fear home buyers have when purchasing waterfront property here in Southeast Houston, Clear Lake areas. Our communities all have a wide variety of water access homes, from those that are overlooking the Gulf of Mexico to the homes on our many bays, bayous, canals, intercoastals, rivers, and Clear Lake. In addition to the increased price point, there are also many factors and variables that can complicate waterfront transactions. So with that in mind, here are the 9 most common mistakes made when buying waterfront property. Number 1, not getting your bulkheads or seawalls inspected. A bulkhead is a barrier wall that separates the water from the property, and the buyer may be responsible for building or repairing a bulkhead. So you'll want to hire a certified bulkhead specialist to inspect any bulkhead or any area where a bulkhead should be. And then you'll get an idea of what the costs are associated with it. For a very large bulkhead, the cost can be in the tens of thousands or more. And number 2, not being proactive with your financing. Waterfront property may be more expensive than a similar property that is landlocked. Because of this, many lenders may place the waterfront property in the special loan category. These loans will typically take longer to underwrite, so waiting until the last minute to obtain financing will drag the sale out, and it could jeopardize the deal altogether. Number 3, buying a house that is not built to withstand the waterfront homes on the water take more abuse than a regular home. Homes on the ocean have it especially tough. The salt actually gets thrown into the air when the water evaporates, and that causes the additional rust and oxidation. Some things to keep an eye out for. Anytime you see metal outside at all, it should be stainless steel. Your grill, your gate hardware, the nails on the siding, and so forth. Keep an eye out for features that can help protect the home from weather, like storm shutters, and even a home on a taller foundation or on pillars. Number 4, neglecting to consider flood insurance correctly. Flood insurance can be downright expensive, and you can also get horrible quotes from people who don't understand waterfront properties. You want to make sure and get a quote before making an offer, or especially during your inspection, so you can get out. A real estate agent who specializes in waterfront property will usually know a good insurance agent to choose from. Also, be aware of whether the sea level in the areas are rising. Will the home need flood mitigation? Take into account the flood insurance premiums may also rise each year. Number 5, neglecting to find out if buyers can make improvements to the property. Part of the appeal of waterfront real estate is being able to use the property recreationally. But research should be done to find out what the city will allow regarding construction. If a waterfront home needs a new dock, but water isn't deep enough to float a boat, you might be out of luck. Check and make sure the brush and trees can be removed if you want to improve some of your views, because some of the species are protected here in the Clear Lake areas. And if the buyers are planning on building a pool or a tennis court, it might be a good idea to check with the city for approval first. It is very important to make sure you are doing your due diligence and then your agent is taking care of you. Number 6, not talking to your neighbors. Speaking with neighbors might not seem like an obvious choice, but you might want to consider the opinion of someone who has lived on the same water and street and understands the issues associated with it. Neighbors might have some information about a home that your buyers are looking at that could make or break the deal. Check if you can swim in the water and partake in activities that might interest your buyers. And number 7, not looking into the utilities. Many of us take our creature comforts for granted. We buy a house in the city or the suburbs and expect adequate sewer, water, and electric services, correct? In addition to many others. If buyers are considering a home on the water in a rural area, a huge part of your due diligence should be inquiring about the basic access to these utilities. A septic tank may be required by a lender, and a new tank can be expensive. And number 8, not knowing the responsibilities of a waterfront homeowner. If the home is part of an HOA, which is a homeowners association, or even a POA, a property owners association, homeowners will have certain responsibilities that are expected of them. And your local city have ordinances that waterfront homeowners are expected to follow, and you really need to know these. And last but not least, number 9, not pulling permits on docks and outbuildings. Just because a dock conveys with the property does not mean that it is permitted and doesn't necessarily mean that homeowners can use it. Make sure the dock and any attachments to the land are properly and legally permitted. As you can see, working with a real estate professional who understands waterfront property will help you complete the due diligence necessary to buy your dream home on the water, and it will help you avoid costly mistakes. If you'd like any guidance, connect with me. I'm happy to help navigate you through the home buying waters, so to speak. Martha Bennett here, the Busy Blonde, Nassau Bay, Seabrook, El Lago, Kemah, Clear Lake Shores, and League City, Texas. Make it a great day, like it's your last. Thanks so much.